Separate, how have you felt about John Batiste? Are you a John Batiste fan?
Yes.
I know it's somewhat jazz, yeah. Winning like 8 of the... not 8. I'm surprised that someone in that world, and that type of person, won like Album of the Year or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I think... I actually don't have much to say about that.
Yeah.
But they did start the set.
Oh. I got caught up in jazz. Okay.
It's okay.
So we have 2saint and Jflex, our Sheik Puff team, versus Dawson and Soap playing Fox Puff. Starting on Dreamland, somewhat more neutral of a stage for teams even than it is in singles.
Nice. Forward smash, just like you said. Smash attack on the stage. It's pretty good. Early lead from our local Philadelphia heroes.
But it looks like it's not going to last.
Yeah. Even game.
Yeah, you know, Soap slowly pushing forward with these aerials, these quick jabs, these little moves. They take the entire stage and deal some damage in the meanwhile. And if they're allowed to keep doing that without 2saint finding those big rests, it's kind of great teams for the upsetting, right? Like, it could work out that way.
I did, I think we just talked about this briefly earlier, where, like, we weren't seeing the type of overwhelming play that you would expect from a Double Fox versus this Sheik Puff team.
Soap's doing it better himself
I
than
think
the Double
so.
Fox was,
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because, like, Sheik's biggest weakness, like maybe in Melee in general, other than crouch cancel, is her inability to push forward in a way that's dangerous, right? Like, you got the boost grab, dash attack, mix up, or whatever. But it's risky. Like, the risk reward is just not necessarily there. So Sheik's very good at incrementally taking space. Space aerials, you sort of wave dash forward with a tilt or whatever. But with that in mind, like, as a Fox, that kind of means that you can, like, wait in front of them and they don't come towards you, or you can push in depending on what you think they're going to do. And Soap was doing a great job of playing that kind of game.
Yeah. Yeah, like, it's a little bit of a cliche, but I forget who said it, but it's something to the effect of Spaceys are really the only characters that can approach in this game.
It's hardly even true anymore.
Well, yeah.
I feel like,
but especially Fox, like, just their ability to, like, dictate how and when to move forward is very effective strategy. For sure.
In teams, I think that's still the case.
Yeah.
I think that the Spaceys can still approach in teams. Because the risk reward gets balanced a little bit.
Nice pickup by Dawson.
Wow, I miss hearing people yell out, like, to the entire venue.
Yeah.
It's a feeling I haven't had in a very long time.
We just need a megaphone.
Yeah, I have this little nostalgia thing going right now.
And it's like Val and her, like,
Her tiny little voice.
Yeah.
But everyone respected her, so we all quieted down, right? Shout out to Val if you're watching.
Absolutely. Close game.
Yeah, it was close.
Okay.
Yeah, but the green team keeps getting edge guarded is the problem. Actually, the green team was ahead for most of it. It was only in the last stock or two that the blue team pulled ahead.
Yeah.
And again, it's in large part because of their ability to convert. It's just been so overwhelmingly important for them. It's been the difference maker in every single one of their sets. And no rest in that game. So it didn't come by ways of no rest, right? I don't think there were any.
Not that I remember.
Yeah, I don't remember any from either side.
And the one thing that will happen, like the one downside to having a Fox on your team,
he saves him,
is that there's more than one way to skin a cat, in that you can get edge guards and end stocks decisively that way. That's not really going to happen to Puff Sheik quite as much.
Yeah,
you know?
That's true. Yeah, because Sheik's recovery kind of buffed in teams, actually.
Yeah.
So in singles, it's real bad because she's like so laggy when she gets on stage and stuff. But it takes so long to do a real good edge guard to a low or mid% Sheik that by the time her recovery is, bad, she's already well above 100% when a single move would kill her.
And her teammate can intervene and just
exactly.
Spots.
Yeah, there's just so much more.
Whereas, like, in a weird way, Spacey's recovery is so much better in singles.
Because you have like 50-50 sometimes, whereas in doubles, it's like, well, let's cover something and get something else.
Exactly.
And then also, since they fast fall, like, they just sort of, like, land on the ground, Like, they sort of, like, land below the level of the stage is what I meant by ground. And at that point, it's just over against most characters.
Nice wave shine up smash.
You know, the green team out to a small advantage once again, it looks like, but they couldn't make it last time. So I'm really interested in what happens in the back half of the game that keeps enabling 2saint and Jflex to come out on top. I mean, maybe the stadium choice is going to change that story a little bit because the upward kill power of Fox will come into play. As we almost saw right there, very close.
That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
That would have been like a non-meme Puff Guys move.
And it looked to me like, the screen we're looking at is a little small, so if I'm wrong, forgive me. It looked to me like Soap's up airs have been a little harder to SDI out of, for one reason or another compared to the others.
There's certainly some mix-up, you know, I'm no Fox player, but there's certainly some mix-up you can do on the timing and spacing.
Yeah, there is.
That does challenge when you flick the stick and all that stuff.
Well, and on top of that, like some variations of that mix-up just have a tighter window in which you can smash the eye, or like you have to get an extra input, right? Yep. And that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, I feel like so much of this game, I won't really call it chump checking, but it's like making it as difficult for your opponent to do something defensively as possible.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yes, no, definitely.
That's such a huge, like, if you don't have that, you're just going to get washed by players who are better than you because they're all doing that. Especially in this day and age, like, literally every single skill player is doing that.
And right now, the 2saint has tied it up. Well, Soap kind of did by not being able to recover, but 2saint's presence enabled it to be tied up. So we have a dead even game 2.
I'm very worried. I was just going to say that I'm very worried that Dawson's playing so far away from Soap because I'm afraid that he's going to get rested.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It felt dangerous. However, both blue team members at high percent now. That's sort of the other side of them playing so far apart. Part of the reason is that Soap is on them.
Yeah. Missed a little bit of the conversion there.
Didn't get the crouch cancel. That could have been a kill.
Okay.
Oh, misses up throw up air.
2saint went for kind of a rogue rest there. And maybe cost his team the game for it. We'll see.
You know, Dawson's a pretty high percent too, though. So, I mean, there's a possibility here, although not a great one, that we see a comeback from 2saint. Excuse me, from Jflex.
Nice.
Yep. A little grab into rest to finish it. Classic.
Philadelphia locals.
Get them a run for the money, right? Yeah. And I felt like you had to win that game. If it's 2-0, it feels real bad.
Yep.
As the underdog, I don't think you ever want to have to reverse sweep.
Yeah, I don't know that anybody's ever won a tournament going down 2-0 in winner set
as
that grand finals.
As an underdog like that, too.
Yeah.
So I was thinking maybe Hungry Bucks did an Evo that one time. But yeah, it's very rare, and especially at this kind of underdog of teams.
Nice.
Because you're talking about, like, maybe Dawson's reaching, like, national renown, but both Jflex and 2saint already have.
Sure.
Yeah.
Dawson is, like, solidly top 100 level, like, maybe top 70, top 50.
Yeah.
And both these guys, 2saint and Jflex, like, are for sure top 50 players, in my opinion. So.
Well, and they've just been known for so long, which makes them even more of favorites, I suppose, right? They've just been so strong for so long, you know that they're consistently playing well.
Yeah. Yeah, 2saint's first top 100 was 2016, right? That was 6 years ago.
Wow. It feels like a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. 100, I'm pretty sure, on his first one.
That's a good match. I can't remember stuff like that. It's my weakness as a commentator. Once again, the Dawson stock tank seems to be pretty important for the way this game's going to go.
Yeah. Yeah, and like the rest of this match is going to pretty much play out like, does Dawson lose their stock first, or does do 2saint and Jflex?
I think it was interesting. They tried to do Dawson's drill into Soap's grab. That just didn't quite work out. They got the stock anyway eventually. Lives.
Oh, I thought Soap had a jump. He was going to like up air.
Oh, and he gets rested when he lands back again. All right, it's pretty even. It is pretty even.
Tight game.
Actually, green team has a slight advantage.
Oh, really nice up air from Dawson. He had to interrupt that. Otherwise, 2saint was getting a free rest.
It always feels crazy to me when a Sheik down airs from like way on high and it actually hits someone. It's like, it's pretty easy to avoid a counter hit.
Especially just hitting it is like really simple.
Right, they do away with 2saint stock pretty quickly.
Oh, nice reverse forward air from 2saint.
Yep, the stock tank comes into play. Dawson has extra stocks with which to share with Soap.
It's like a very close match right now.
Oh, he tries to break up the rest. He does it with
Nice.
a drill rather than hitting Puff smart.
Yeah.
Because if things go wrong, you could both get rested. So instead, he hits them after the rest actually connects.
Oh, man.
Dawson, by the way, lost 1 stock so far. That's his second one. And unfortunately, Soap is alone. If he can finish off 2saint really fast, he has a good chance.
It's doable, but it will be tough.
I mean, so... Okay,
Oh, that was
yeah.
sick.
I was going to say, I think Soap has a pretty good shot in those type of spots because the direct engagements are 2v1s a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Soap really has been playing a 2v1 game very often. And the way he's been playing it doesn't... It's not like a true 2v1 because each individual interaction, he uses Fox's speed to make like a 1v1. And then Dawson's close enough to somehow intervene sometime like in the near future. We changed from green to red. I wonder what that means.
Interesting. The Fox Puff team counterpicks to... Oh, no, that makes sense.
Yeah. I think this is their best stage, probably.
Yeah. I had it backwards in my head for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay, throws his teammate into the opponents.
The cannonball technique.
Go get him.
Soap getting kind of beat up this stock so far. Yeah, that's a couple low side Bs from Soap. I'd like to see it.
Maybe an SD from 2saint. Oh.
Yeah, able to make it back. You know, Puff can basically fly, which is a big boon in a game where your job is to not be knocked off the stage. Yeah, 2saint comes over to help Jflex get back. Jflex trusted enough to like go above the ledge and fall down, knowing that 2saint would free up the ledge by the time he got there. Trusting your teammate, I mean, it's not like the cheesy like anime trust your teammate thing. It's like you have to believe your teammate is going to help you do the thing that's best for the team in order to like play optimally. Like it's actually important mechanically.
Oh, nice. Really nice for Soap to delay that up air because Jflex was planning on throwing a dash attack out like to just nip whatever kill move he had in the bud, and delaying it there just made it so his kill move hit second.
There's a couple of tiny things that at this level of play kind of worry me for our red team. Like there was an edge guard scenario on the left side where I think Soap played it brilliantly, but they weren't on the same page. So it didn't work out. Like Soap was waiting to get the up smash off of a grab or something, but the grab never came.
I am worried a little bit. Like it just feels like blue team is playing their positioning on the stage a little bit more solidly. It feels like Dawson in particular is like overshooting into the corner in a way that just leaves Soap very vulnerable to get rested. And like there was like what, 2 rests last game, which basically was like the decider, you know? So
I mean, this is the stage too. If you think through the team who plays more fundamentally sound, this is the stage for you.
Yeah.
Now, matchup-wise, I would suspect that Fox Puff would do better here. But because you can't just jump over and around people, like you can't circumvent playing on center stage, the team who has that in their game plan, like just naturally will see benefits. Okay, nice catch from Jflex as Dawson's trying to zone out.
oh man, misclear.
Ooh, a nice little nair pickup. Soap really turning it on. Oh, but the edge guard.
Nice pickup.
To put the stakes into perspective, these could be the red team's last stocks. 2saint and Jflex are on tournament stocks here. Goes for the up tilt. Yeah, smart to drift back with the dare. You don't want to get yourself into too much trouble if you're Soap. Now actually small advantage for the red team, unless Dawson dies here. Soap needs to fend them off for just a moment. Definitely crucial. He gets in there. Now they go to do the double team. Yep. Rightfully so.
Oh, good soft there. Needed that.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a good call to go for the rest. Nice of him to trust Soap there. Okay, they're at high percent now, the blue team, both of them. Can he get the up smash? He gets in there instead. It's a kill. It's a 1v1. Oh, no, it's not.
Oh.
There's an extra stock there. I, for some reason, did not notice the extra stock.
That's okay. It's too weird.
Yeah, no, it wasn't as close as I thought it was.
The stakes are low.
I'm allowed one every now and then.
Yeah, that's fine.
The heads are so far away, all the little stock heads. It looks like, oh, we get claps. Yeah, claps in the building for 2saint, Jflex.
Good games.
For Dawson and Soap playing well too.
Yeah, Dawson and Soap kind of showed us some of their stuff. I was impressed with Crike and WA Matt.
Yep, and of course Dimension and Faye doing well as well. Yeah,
impressed with them as well. Yeah, it felt like a solid teams tournament. I mean,
yeah, it's nice to see. And I mean, in these types of like regional events, usually it's like 4 to 6 teams that just stand above the rest, and that's what we saw here. Yep. There were a few really good ones.
Okay.
And so singles has started. If you're not keyed into the singles bracket, there are even more heavy hitters in singles than there were in doubles.
Yeah.
It's a pretty stacked event. I'm not going to go through all the names because, first off, I don't think I could remember them.
Yeah.
And second off, you're about to see them all presumably come up on stream sometime soon.
There's some top player here that if you don't say their name, they're going to be complaining about you in
the
Melee Stats chat later.
I don't
I feel
bother.
you, bro.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah. Yeah, I've lucked. Haters, they're like loved or hated.
Sure.
I'm always like slightly admired, which I think is I'm happy with where I am with that. You know what I mean? But yeah.
You know what?
Maybe we should say some controversial stuff. What's something like naughty I can say right now? Oh, never mind. We won't go there.
So if you guys don't know, you're tuned into Creed. It is the I won't say the biggest, but one of the biggest Philadelphia regionals we've got going on in recent memory.
Biggest one this year so far, at least.
There you go.
Has there been a big one this year in Philly?
No, not to my recollection.
This is Philly used to be sort of a hub for a lot of these social tournaments because you get some folks from Tri-State like we have today, some from MDVA, you have the Delaware folks like myself coming along, people from New Jersey, from like this whole area sort of congregated in like the Pennsylvania, Philadelphia area.
Yep.
That hasn't happened in a long time.
Yeah. Some real heavy hitters out here today. And like a lot of, back in the day, it was like kind of much less exciting to see tournaments like without the 5 gods, without the top 20 players. Just because the level of play was so disparaging between the two of them. But these days, like Jflex literally beat Moki.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks ago. What? These are the cream of the crop that you're going to get to see today. You got a little taste of it in teams, but I am very much excited to see what's going to go down today.
Yeah, and I assume we'll both be, because I think we're ending with doubles, right? I hope so, because I really have to pee again.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we'll both be back at some point later to finish out the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, so why don't we do a little sign-off. I've been Panos.
And I'm Snacks.
And you can find Snacks at
JH Snacks.
JH Snacks on Twitter. You can find me at PanosPHL on Twitter. And you can find Brotherly Love Esports at BL Esports PHL. They've put on a great production thus far, and I'm excited to see what else they're able to do. Yeah, I'm going to try to convince Gene to start selling those baseball jerseys as merch. I would buy one. I would buy one. For free. They're great. They're so all the other like traditional like sports jerseys, like what kind of jersey is that? Like the esports ones? They're tacky. Yeah, what actual sport wears that? Like I'd wear a basketball jersey, like esports jersey. I'd wear a baseball one, like what they have. Yeah. Like who wears jerseys? Is that a football jersey? Is that what it's supposed to be? Maybe. They're kind of football-y, right? Yeah. Hockey? I don't know. Yeah, they're kind of. Yeah. They're not even hockey jerseys, really. Yeah, I don't know. But in any case, if there's ever BL Esports merch, I'm sure they'll tweet it out on their Twitter, and it does look pretty cool. Yeah. Alrighty then. It's been a pleasure. Yeah, fun as always. I'm going to go try to find Gene to let him know that we're hopping off for a minute, too, so they can get whoever the next competition. Hope you guys all enjoy singles. We'll see you later. Yep. See you later, guys. Bye now. Yeah. I think we did okay. It could have been worse. Yeah, it could have been. It was what I called for. Setup made it a little bit. Yeah.